Got a predatory lending prevention tip for you. Today I want to talk a little about earned wage access apps. These are apps where you're borrowing money from your future paycheck to cover an unexpected expense. The advertising for these apps claims that it's not a loan, you're just loaning yourself money. So then when you get paid again, what you've taken out already gets paid back through the app plus any fees that they've taken out. Now, these apps aren't fraud or scams per se, but if you don't know what you're getting into first, you can really end up spending a lot more money than you wanted to, or you can get trapped in a cycle of borrowing more and more and more. Now, here's some of the problems people run into using these apps. First off, let's say you make $1,000 per paycheck. Unexpected expense happens and you need $400. So you go to the app, you borrow your $400, and then when you get paid, maybe in a few days, instead of being $1,000, your check is now minus the $400 minus any fees they're taking out. And of course, what that can do is trap you in a cycle of having to do it again next pay period and the pay period after that. And pretty soon you've used the Earned Wage Access app for weeks and weeks on end. Another thing, it sounds really reasonable. Oh, you're getting your money early, and it's only a few dollars, $5 or $6 for a fee for doing this. And there's no interest, there's no stated APR because, again, this isn't a loan. Well, if somebody gives you money and then you have to give that money back plus a little more, what is that if not a loan? And because there's fees, you can actually calculate the APR. If you're borrowing money for a few days for a small fee, if you calculate it, you do end up with APRs in the 200, 300, 500% range. Another thing, since it's not a loan, nothing touches your credit report. Now, maybe that's good on one end if they're not checking your credit to give you the money, but it also doesn't help you build your credit. Since you didn't take out a loan, they can't report to the credit bureaus that you paid back that loan. Finally, a lot of these apps have the utter audacity to ask for a tip. In addition to the fees, they're asking for a tip. Now, think about who that tip is going towards. Nobody's delivering cash to you and taking it to your house. That tip is just going straight into the corporate coffers. So these already well-capitalized companies are just asking for more money. Like I said, not necessarily fraud or scams, but you have to know what you're getting into before you use one of these apps. And even then, I would say check out a credit union in your area to see if they have a way to help that will not charge you 500% interest or more, and that will help you build a credit history over time.